Good morning, Hornets, and welcome back to your segment of Beech Grove Student News. I'm Jacob Skinner.
And I'm Chase Halford. Today we'll be taking a look at Black History Month, a natural disaster in India, behavior with Ben Hack, and as always, sports.
As I'm sure you all know, the month of February is when the United States and Canada recognize Black History Month. This is an annual tradition that first was celebrated in February of 1970. But what you might not know is the reason that the tradition was started, or how it came to be. Here is USA Today's rundown on the brief explanation for the cause. Let's take a look.
Carter G. Woodson, the Harvard-educated historian who established Black History Month, hoped Black history would become so ingrained in American history that Black History Month would be unnecessary. But in 1926, when he began Negro History Week, the second week in February, he had two objectives: to prove to white America that blacks had played important roles in the creation of America and deserved to be treated equally as citizens, and second, to increase the visibility of black life and history, at a time when the media was portraying the black community negatively with anti-black racist imagery, like black caricatures, blackface minstrel shows, and films like the 1927 hit The Jazz Singer. In 1976, Woodson's Association for the Study of American Life and History, which sets the annual theme for every Black History Month, lobbied for Black History Week to become a month, and got President Gerald Ford to make the first proclamation. Every president since then, except for Donald Trump, has proclaimed the new theme annually.
Yesterday afternoon, part of a glacier in the Himalayas broke off, releasing a large flood of water and debris that slammed into a hydroelectric plant in northern India. At least 9 were killed and over 140 were missing in the disaster. More than 2,000 members of the military and police took part in the search and rescue operation. Here's what the chief of the Natural Disaster Response Force had to say.
And the resultant flooding has also taken out probably one bridge which was being constructed by the BRO along with sidings. And also in the upper reaches, slightly upper reaches, the Rishiganga hydel project also has been damaged. So obviously the entire mass is moving downstream, and the areas of Chamoli and Joshimath and other downstream reaches will be affected.
Some of you may know Miss Ben Hack, who is a part of Beech Grove faculty. She has been making self-help videos on the popular app TikTok. These videos are streamed on the BGSN YouTube, so make sure you check them out. The videos include behavior counseling for parents and teachers. Let's take a look.
Here are some tips to help your child when they're having big emotions. The first tip is to work out why your child is upset or angry. You can use those restorative questions that we talked about in episode 5. This is hard, but we also have to stop ourselves from denying our child's emotions. It's important. They're their emotions. They own them. Along with that, use empathy when you're talking with your child. While they're working it out, you can stay quiet and never add but. Once you add but, it contradicts you supporting them through their emotion.
Good morning, Hornets, and welcome back to sports. In Beech Grove news, the boys varsity basketball team lost to Cardinal Ritter 49-47. The JV basketball team beat Cardinal Ritter 70-26, and the boys swim team has a meet tonight against Brebeuf at 6 o'clock. In NFL news, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 31-9 in Super Bowl 55 on Sunday night. This is a record 7 Super Bowl rings for quarterback Tom Brady with their victory on Sunday night. The Buccaneers captured their second Super Bowl victory as a franchise since defeating the Oakland Raiders 48-21 in Super Bowl 37 in 2003.
Also in NFL news, Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz is expected to be traded out of Philadelphia in the coming week. The big question is that everyone asking is, where will he go? The two teams that are being listed as frontrunners for Wentz are the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. The Bears are looking for a good starting quarterback, and their team, they are willing to trade with the Eagles. The Colts are also in need of a starting quarterback after the retirement of Phillip Rivers. The Eagles are reportedly asking for 2 first-round picks for Carson, but it seems there are not many teams that would be willing to give that up for Wentz. Keep an eye out on the NFL trade market in the coming days to see what plays out with the Eagles quarterback. The Pacers lost to the Brooklyn Nets 104-97. The Chicago Bulls beat the Pelicans 129-116. The Nuggets defeated the Cavs 133-95. The Suns took down the Bucks 125-124, and the Lakers beat the OKC Thunder 114-113. Also, NBA news. The NBA Player Association has agreed to to have the All-Star game this year. The game will be played in Atlanta on March 7th. The game was originally scheduled to be played in Indianapolis, but due to the pandemic, the NBA has moved Indy's All-Star game back to 2024.
That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk. That's all for today's segment of Beech Grove Student News. I'm Chase Alford.
And I'm Jacob Skinner. Have a thriving Thursday, Hornets.